Welcome to another quick review from Ultimate DIY. Okay, guys, I finally did it. I ended up getting a red lasered laser. Normally, I'm usually the green guy. I like all the green lasers, but I decided to go ahead and try a red one for a change and see how this works. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I was looking at the pictures of this online, it looked big and kind of clunky. Didn't look all that great. In real life, this thing is really nice. It feels great. It fits in the hand just perfect. It has a nice rubber piece all the way around so that if you drop this thing, it is kind of drop resistant. Now, I will tell you, there's a pendulum in here. They're going to tell you that you could drop it. They're using the word resistant, which is great, but this is still a delicate piece of equipment, guys. Don't be throwing it around. Take care of it, treat it right so that it stays accurate and lasts a long time. This is going to be accurate. I believe it's up to about 1/8 of an inch in 100 feet. This is a really nice long range type laser. Now, this one will use batteries. You're going to put the double A's in here, and I've already put them in the back. You put them right here. Go in really simply. And I believe these double A's are going to last you about 20 hours when you're actually outside working with. So that's quite a while. Now you can get the rechargeable double A's and put in there, but to be honest with you, I've all of my rechargeable units. Very seldom do I charge them because I don't use them that much. So really, to have the double A's, that's really not a drawback here. I actually kind of like that, to be honest. This is where your two heads are going to be, which are going to shoot out the two beams. Now, there are a lot of types of lasers out there, guys, but if you're a DIYer, if you're a handyman, if you're putting up tile, if you're putting up pictures and you're putting up things like that, you're going to want really the two lasers, because what it does, it gives you 3 points. You're going to have a vertical, you're going to have a horizontal, and then you have the cross. And that is what you're going to need most of the time. So if I'm putting up a picture, say on this wall behind me, I can actually set this and get my vertical on the side of it, and I will have my horizontal up under it, and I can put this on a tripod and adjust it just to the right height. So that's why I love these kind of lasers, because it's perfect for what I do. If you're going to put tile, it works the same way. You're going to line up a vertical line, a plumb line, and then you're going to do your horizontal line and get that set, and then you can follow that along and move it up every 2 or 3 rows and check and make sure you're staying perfect. So this is very simple and easy to use. If you look at it, you really only have an on-off button here and a little indicator light. Now, I'm sure you're going to have to push that a couple of times to get it to actually do things like lock, because this is a locking system, and let's see what it does. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on before I say anything else, and we're going to go ahead and see what this actually does. So I've got my red light. See if it'll go behind me here. You can see it there. Push it again. There is going to be my vertical, and that's off. There we go. That's both of them. And that is actually locking in place. So let's see if we can get this to do our self-leveling. They have a piece of tape on here, guys. There we go. I see the lock now. So there we go. All right. So now you can turn it just slightly, and it will end up flashing because it's too far out. It will try to self-level and self-plumb. If I move that lock down, I can actually do it manual. So the reason that is such a big deal, guys, is a lot of times you don't want it to be horizontal. You don't want it to be plumb. You may be tiling in an angle, and you may want to cut those tiles and have an angle. So if this thing automatically tries to level itself, I'm never going to be able to achieve that. If I can lock the laser heads in or lock those pendulums in, I can turn it now, get it lined up where I want, and now I can tile up to that angle and cut it off. Or if I'm using wallpaper or whatever it is that I'm doing, it makes it easy. Even painting, I could paint to that, and I could put a piece of tape across that then. Once I get it right, get a piece of tape on it, I should say, and then I could paint up to that edge and then pull the tape off, and I have a perfect line. So very simple, very easy, very compact. You could really just put this thing in your pocket and rock and roll. I think it's perfect for a DIY. So the one thing I didn't talk about yet, guys, is the little L bracket. So if you're working anywhere where there's metal, like a metal building, you have a refrigerator, you have a stove, you have anything that's metal, big metal cabinet, you can actually just set this with the magnets right on it. It'll clip and set it right where you want. And then you can actually attach this with the little 1/4-inch turn here so that it will set like this and you can move it and work it that way. Now, like I said, if you are like, say, tiling, or if you're hanging a picture, you're going to probably want to use a tripod. You can get it exactly where you want with that tripod and get those lines straight, and you're ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, so if I was going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 5, I would have to give it 5 stars. It does everything that it's supposed to do. It's compact. It's easy to clean. It handles bumps and bruises and being thrown around, even though you shouldn't do that. I think it's a great system. So if you are in the market to get yourself a laser, I don't think you'd go wrong picking this one up. Be sure you grab one today, and we will see you on the next review.